Welcome to JavaScript App Series. In this series, we're going to build web apps with the help of JavaScript. This is the first calculator app that we are building with the help of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let's start. Hello everyone, this is Ditsaru with Coding Design. Welcome to our channel. If you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm creating three files: index.html file, style.css file and app.js file. And in index.html file, I'm writing exclamatory sign and hit tab button. You will get this HTML5 boilerplate. In the title, this is the JavaScript app series and this is the first app we are building. Inside the body tag, let's write main with the class name calculator, and also I'm giving heading with class name brand name. Similarly, let's write section with class name row first, and inside that I'm giving input field with class name output screen. Let's give these attributes autofocus and placeholder. For the placeholder I'm giving 0. Similarly, let's create next section with class name row second, and inside that section I'm creating multiple buttons with different value. So I'm creating 6 buttons with different value, and this process is gonna take a bit more time, so I'm speeding up the process. Okay, so let's do that. Or you can press Shift Alt down arrow if you are using VS Code. Okay, so this command will duplicate your code, so I'm speeding up the process. If you have noticed that purple color text, that's what you call HTML entity. So if you don't know what's HTML entity, let me know in the comment box, that I would make in the future like separate video for that. And this process is gonna take a bit more time, so I'm speeding up the process. Okay, so let's do that. If you are using VS Code and install the extension called Live Server, in the HTML file, if I right click, you will get this option, open with Live Server option. And if you press this option, so this option will help you to reload your browser. So when there is change in any file, it will automatically refresh your browser. In absence of CSS, our UI is looking really bad, so let's link our CSS file. So next to title tag, we're giving the style.css files link. Okay, so let's go to the style.css file. In order to prevent browser's default margin and padding, I'm giving 0. Similarly, I'm giving box sizing border box, and also let's style our body tag. For the body tag, I'm giving height. So for CSS, I'm not gonna explain more, okay, because it's gonna take lots of time. I'm giving my source code. Okay, in the description below you can see the link. From that link you can download my source code, and this process is gonna take a bit more time, so now I'm speeding up my video. Before linking our JavaScript file, I have misspelled my channel name. You can see their coding I have misspelled, so let's correct it. Now at bottom I am linking JavaScript file. So our JavaScript file name was app.js, so I am linking that file. Now let's go to the JavaScript file. Now let's get that input field with class name output screen. So in JavaScript file I am writing let output screen is equal to document.querySelector, and inside that I am giving output screen. So with the help of query selector we are selecting this output screen. Similarly, let's select that equal to. Okay, I have gave class name equals, and let's select that. So for that I'm writing const equals is equal to document.querySelector, and I'm giving equals. Similarly, let's get our buttons. So for that I'm writing const buttons is equal to document.querySelector all. Okay, we want to select all the buttons. So in order to get that all the buttons of our HTML file, I want to select class name row. In order to select all the class name row, document.querySelector all. Inside that I'm giving class name row. I want to show you in the console. So for that I'm writing console.log row. You go to the browser, you can see in the console, okay, we are getting error. Oh, it's because that's not row, that's buttons. Now if you go back to the browser, now you can see we are getting each row. Okay, so in order to get the each button, okay, inside that row, we have to iterate it. So for that I'm writing for let button of buttons, and I want a console.log. okay, so console.log button.children. So in browser you can see we are getting each row with button. So in order to get each button, we need to again run iteration. So for that I am writing for, inside that let operator of buttons.children. So I want to show you what you will get in the operator. Okay, so console.log operator. So you can see in the browser you are getting each button. So in order to get the each button's value, for that I am writing operators, operator dot on click is equal to function. So I am passing event as parameter, and I want a console.log event, that is e.target.inner text. So in the browser you can see when I click any button you are getting that button's value. I want to change inner text to inner HTML, so I want to store this value in operator value. So now let's create switch statement. So I'm writing switch and I'm passing operator value. So before going that, let's console.log operator value. So when I click any button you can get that each operators, buttons value. Now in the switch statement case we are giving cross sign, so that indicates that's multiplication. So with the help of output screen.value you can access the input fields value. So I am appending the input fields value with asterisk. Okay, so for that I am writing output screen.value plus is equal to, and I am passing a string asterisk. Okay, and also I am writing break. So let me console.log output screen.value. So if you go to the browser, I'm passing 12. If I press multiplication sign, you can see in the input field 12 asterisk, and also in the console dot you can see 12 asterisk. So in this way you can give any value inside the input field. Now the process is same. So for the case of division, for the output screen dot value I'm appending slash. Now the process is same, so I'm speeding up the process. For the log, shine, cos, tan, okay, for that in JavaScript we have math object that has a lot of method. So you can use math.log and you can pass that output screen.value. In the same way we are changing the for the shine we are using math.shine, for the cos we are using math.cos, and the process goes in the same way. Similarly, for the random button, I am giving math.random. I'm gonna generate random value from 1 to 100. So I am writing into 100, but you can see like you can get lots of decimal digits. So I'm rounding up the value. So for that, I'm writing math.round. For the square root, you can use math.sqrt. Similarly, for the pi, we have value. We have the value of pi like 3.1415. You can give more, but I'm giving small value. So when you press del button, I want to delete the output screen's value one by one. So for that, I'm writing output screen.value is equal to output screen.value. So I want to slice that value. For the first parameter, I am giving 0, and for the second, -1. You can see if I press del button, it will delete one character at a time. So what if I change to -2? So if I change to -2, you can see it's deleting 2 characters at a time. So now let's give the cache of Ashi. So this button will clear values of output screen. So for that, I'm writing output screen.value is equal to empty, nothing. Okay, let's copy the code, and I'm giving for the factorial exclamatory sign cache. So I'm writing let factorial, fact is equal to 1. I'm using for loop, so let I is equal to 1. For the condition, I'm giving I is less than or equal to output screen.value, and also I'm increasing the interval. So inside that, I'm giving fact is equal to fact into I, and I'm giving output screen.value is equal to that factorial value. Okay, so if you are getting input value, so that value is a string. Okay, that's not a number. So in order to convert it into number, I'm using %, method. So this % will convert this input value to integer. Now for the default cache, okay, before going to the default cache, I want to create another function. So when you press that equal button, I want to give event. So for that, I'm writing equal dot add event listener. So I'm listening the click event, and also I'm giving arrow function as next argument. So inside that, I'm writing try and catch statement. I want to try output screen.value is equal to eval, and inside that I'm passing output screen.value. So this eval will calculate each and every mathematical operations that you have given in that input field. That means output screen. For the catch part, we are passing error. For now, in the catch part, we are not giving anything. When you're pressing any button, I want to show that in output screen. So for that, let's go to that operator click function. First of all, let's remove this console.log, and now I'm writing output screen.value. We're appending that operator value. If I'm pressing this button, you can see that values are displayed in the output screen. So when you are pressing equal to, okay, that is also displayed. So in order to prevent that, in the default cache, I'm writing if operator value is equal to, the condition is like if that is equal to equals, then output screen.value, we're appending the empty. So in the else part, I'm going to duplicate this code, and in the else part, I'm giving output screen.value is equal to, I'm going to append operator's value. So let's remove that previous code. So I'm going to delete this code, and let's go back to the browser. I'm performing the subtraction, and if I'm hitting equal to, now yeah, it's working. But what if I give the invalid value? Neither it's performing any kind of operation nor it's giving me any error. So to display the error inside the catch statement, like I'm gonna give output screen dot value is equal to error, and if I'm giving the invalid value, if I press equal to, now you can see in the output screen error message is displayed. So I want to add sound effect. So when you are pressing any button or when you are getting any error, I want to give sound. For that I'm gonna create new folder with name audio. So I have these two audio files. I'm pasting, I am at the top, I'm again creating new variable. Let press audio is equal to new audio. So we are getting new audio object, and inside that object we are giving audio file path. Inside the audio folder we have button.mp3 file. So I want to store another audio inside error audio variable. So in the audio object I'm giving file path is same, but the file name is error.mp3. okay, when I'm clicking any button I want to play that press audio sound. So for that, inside onClick function I'm writing press audio dot play. Similarly, when you are getting any error inside that catch statement, I'm giving error audio dot play method, and with the help of this method, when there is any error or invalid value, you'll get that error audio. Okay, when I'm pressing, you're getting that sound. So when there is error, you are getting that error sound. Okay, now with this sound effect our app is looking more good. So now you can perform different operation. So I'm performing addition, division, multiplication, and so on. So you can check this out. Okay, you can play with this button. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did learn something, smash that like button. If you have any kind of queries, let me know in the comment box. Share this video if you think someone needs it. And also, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell icon. Remember, there is always more to learn, so keep learning.